All right, I got to get set up here. Y'all feeling all right this morning? I mean, are you really feeling all right this morning? Awesome. So I have two things I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to start out by encouraging you to join in with me. Y'all all right with that? All right, that's great. I have a skirt on, so I have to make sure everything is all right for the video. I was determined to wear my skirt this morning. All right. So I want you all to repeat after me. We must fight for freedom.
We must fight for freedom.
We must fight for justice.
We must fight for justice.
It will take all of us.
It will take all of us
to get to the other side.
to get to the other side.
Now this time I want you to sing it with me, all right? Can y'all do that? Here we go. We must fight for freedom. We must fight for justice. It will take all of us to get to the other side. My turn. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It will take me far, so we must fight for freedom. We must fight for justice. It will take all of us to get to the other side. I'm holding on to my freedom. Can't take it from me. I was born into it. It comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing His glory. Hope He's proud of me. Yeah. So I want y'all to sing this with me too, all right? Here we go. Living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. Come on, y'all sing that with me. We can do that. Here we go. Living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. One more time, everybody together. Living my life, yes. Living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. Woo. Woo. Oh, it's so great to be in front of you all today. Again, my name is Monica Simpson, and I am really pumped to be a part of CLIP 2014. I can't take full credit for the song that I just sung, right? Part of it was mine, the chant that you all came along with me on. But the song was written by Jill Scott. It's called Golden. And I think it's like a soulful version of like Pharrell's Happy these days that people like, but I like this one a whole lot better. No diss to Pharrell. But Jill Scott's song to me, she repeats this phrase in her song, living my life like it's golden, over and over again, creating a musical mantra that continues to have people across the country today nodding their heads in agreement with what it ultimately represents. And I think that thing is, that she's talking about in this song is freedom. And all people, I believe all people want to live a life where they are free. Free to live self-determined lives. Free to live a life free from violence. Free to live a life without fear. But we are all very aware that our freedom is always in constant jeopardy. And as RJ activists across the country, we see our freedom being stripped away daily. And we know what's happening across the country. I don't have to preach to the choir. We know that there are trap laws happening and voter ID restrictions, and clinics are closing, and there are barriers to health care, and there's lack of Medicaid expansion, lack of immigration reform, and over-criminalization of the most marginalized individuals. And so, we're going to talk about these in workshops, and people on the panel are going to talk about these all day. And we are working against these issues every single day. And although these issues may seem like big black clouds, there are silver linings that are each and every one of you and the organizations that you represent. And at Sister Song, we're doing our part too. And we believe that in doing collectively what we cannot do individually. And I feel honored to serve as the new leader of Sister Song and to be entrusted to carry on the legacy of an organization that has been the entry point for so many folks across this country and beyond. We are activating a national grassroots base of activists dedicated to eradicating all forms of reproductive oppression. And we're doing this by owning the fact that we are a Southern-based national organization, and we are working collectively with Southern organizers to create long-term visions and strategies for the South across movements, because the South is the home of the most marginalized demographics in the country. And it is our time to be on the offensive position as opposed to the defensive position, so that we can have wins with long-term impact. We are also doing this by continuing to use our national platform to address crucial racial attacks, such as the abortion equals slavery correlation that many of our anti-choice groups are using, because we are committed and we believe it is necessary for all reproductive justice activists and organizations to dismantle the systems of racism and white supremacy in any way that they try to rear their head. We are doing this by convening artists of color across the country and thinking strategically about how to use art as a weapon, as a tool for us to move our work forward, because we know that artistry, when used strategically, has the ability to reach the hearts and minds and spirits of people in ways that no speech and no workshop can ever do. And lastly, we are doing this by partnering with the Free Marissa Now campaign to host a weekend entitled, yes, Standing Our Ground, Raising Our Voices Against Reproductive Oppression and Violence Against Women, that's going down in Jacksonville, Florida, July 25th through the 28th. That will include a national march in solidarity for Marissa Alexander and other women who are going through issues like her. Because when there is a black mother who is criminalized and stripped of her parental rights because she protected herself and her family from an abusive partner, and when a mother's human right into bodily autonomy has been violated, and when there is a system that allows children to be placed in custody of abusing people, and when we have prosecutors like Angela Corey who feel justified in criminalizing women who have been abused and increasing sentences from 20 years to 60 years, and also a prosecutor who did not get a conviction for the killer of Trayvon Martin, who did not get a conviction in the murder of Jordan Davis, and who I think has a personal vendetta against black mothers. We have an RJ issue that cannot be ignored, and Sister Song will not ignore the issue. I'm still talking about freedom. I want my freedom. I deserve my freedom, and I want it now. So do you want your freedom? And when do you want it? So if we want our freedom, we must continue to lean into the intersectionality of our framework. We must know that, like one of my sheroes so eloquently said, there will be no mass feminist movement There will be no mass feminist movement whenever feminist ideas are only understood by a few educated individuals. That was Bell Hooks. And we must look beyond our normal, comfortable circles of support and bring on the folks who may not understand all of our acronyms or the way that we talk and our labels. We must look beyond that and bring on the people who are living our work every single day. We must also call out racism and white supremacy and transphobia and disability thing. We must call out all of that, especially when they rear their heads in our organizations. And we must continue to fight for our freedom. We must continue to fight for justice, because it will take all of us to get to the other side. So I'm excited to be with you this weekend and continue to live your lives like they are golden. Thank you.